This video is for those of you that got question 7 wrong. In question 7, the skill that it was measuring was point of view, so make sure you're filling this in on your note catcher. And the notes that I have for you today, you're going to have to write small because there's going to be a lot, is to remember that first person point of view is when your narrator is a character in the story. Narrator equals character, all right? Now, when we have first person point of view, you're typically going to see the pronouns I, me, my throughout the whole story. Now, that doesn't mean you can just look at one spot and if you see the word I that you think it's first person. You need to have a holistic understanding of the story. So you can write the word holistic at the bottom. Third limited is when we are using the pronouns he, she, they throughout the story. And remember, the narrator has access to one character's thoughts and feelings. That's why it's limited. The author can't do anything. The last one is third omniscient. If it's third omniscient, it's the same thing as above, same pronouns, he, she, they, but it's two or more characters, thoughts, and feelings. Y'all, I need to really message here. I really need to message here that you cannot just look for the word he, she, or they, or I, me, my, and just be like, oh, it's first or third. You really have to be thinking about, is your narrator a character? Is the person telling you a story also in the story? Or do we have someone who's kind of looking over the story and telling it to you as if they are God? Now, if they're limited, they have access to one character's thoughts and feelings. If it's omniscient, they have access to two or more characters' thoughts and feelings. So when you have this type of question, I know you're running out of room, but good thing you've got blank space underneath. You need to scan the whole text. This is probably what you didn't do if you got this question wrong. You need to scan the entire text. Now, that doesn't mean you reread the whole thing, but you need to scan and be looking for those indicators. It is said, O king, that there were once in a city 3 sisters who lived together and earned their bread by spinning flax. The youngest was also the prettiest, radiant, and graceful as the moon. Her elder sisters, who were born to a different mother, hated and envied her, both for her beauty and for all her skill at spinning. Okay, I know right away that this is not first person, because it does not say, when I was a young girl, my sisters hated me because I was the most prettiest and radiant girl and graceful as the moon. My older sisters were born to my mother, a different mother, and they hated and envied me. It doesn't say that, so I know it's not first person. That's what first person sounds like. My character is not narrating. I know that I've got a third person narrator here. Now, I need to know if it's limited or omniscient. That's what I need to know. Limited or omniscient. And remember, limited is one character's thoughts and feelings. Omniscient is 2 or more characters' thoughts and feelings. And in paragraph 1, y'all, I already see the author has, or the narrator has access to at least one. So here we go. The youngest was also the prettiest, radiant, and graceless moon. Her elder sisters, who were born to a different mother, hated and envied her. If you hate and envy someone, this is not something that the girls said. They didn't say, I hate my sister. I envy my sister. That is not what they said. The author, the narrator, knows the thoughts and feelings of 2 of the sisters already. It says sisters. So already I'm thinking omniscient, because in this first paragraph, the narrator reveals that he or she has access to both sisters' thoughts and feelings. Now, I'm just going to double check. I'm going to continue to scan. You silly girl, shrieked the sisters. We can't waste our money on fancies and fripperies. Okay, so some of you might have been like, oh, I see the word we, it must be first person. But y'all, look, this is something that's said. It's dialogue. The words I, me, my, we, are can appear anytime in a third person narrated story. But if there's speech, if it's in speech, it's not necessarily going to be first person. Again, you have to have a whole understanding of the story. She made no answer, but placed a single rose in the pot and sat down to do her spinning. Okay, I'm still scanning. Okay, I see another one. Her only pleasure in life was to fill the little pot with flowers. That's access to the third sister's thoughts and feelings. So I see again, thoughts and feelings. I now know that it must be third omniscient. The correct answer to number 7 was third omniscient. Third omniscient. The thing that you need to do is you need to scan the whole text and you need to pay attention to the thoughts and feelings that the narrator has access to. If your narrator is not a character, if you're not saying, I did this, then I did that, I thought to myself, blah, 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 then you know it's not first. And then deciding between limited and omniscient, you need to scan the whole text and to see how many thoughts and feelings, or how many characters' thoughts and feelings the narrator has access to. What I'd like for you to do is fill in what you're going to do differently next time or when you have your exam tomorrow to make sure you get this question correct.